You're listening to the Hustled Up Podcast. We're Holly and Laura, besties since birth, cleaning business owners, multi-passionate doers, and founders of the Hustle Haven, a modern business education and networking collective built for fellow entrepreneurs who crave growth, support, and real connection. Now, we're your go-to girlies for the real side of entrepreneurship. We're covering wins, fails, and the messy middle. So come on in and let's talk branding, booking, burnout, and everything in between. If you're in serious need of tips, tea, total transformation, and that let's freaking go energy, you're in the right place. Grab your earbuds, turn up the volume, and let's hustle up. Hello, friends, followers, listeners, and fellow hustlers. Welcome back to another episode of the Hustled Up Podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Holly.
And my name is Laura.
And I have a question for you. And you're going to be like, yes, girl, are you dumb? But here's my question.
I don't think they're calling us dumb, but okay.
My question for you is, have you ever felt called to do something bigger, but you didn't know if it was going to work?
Yes, I have. Every day of my life. Every day of my life and my existence.
I would argue that if you're a business owner, you do feel this because sometimes we fall into business ownership by accident. That's kind of what happens
most of the time, yes.
But a lot of times you feel called to do this like big thing, and maybe it's not even business related. Sometimes it's something else in your life and you're called to do it. Maybe it's charitable work or something with your family, or I don't know. I can't think of an example.
Like being a mom, being a parent, that's a big one. You feel called, but you don't know if you're ready.
You don't know if you're ready, and you don't have proof that it's going to work out, right? And that is kind of scary. So today we're going to just kind of take it back and have a nice feel-good episode and a little bit of a vulnerable one, and talk about the importance of having faith and the importance of believing in yourself, in God, in just the timing of the universe, that it's going to work out. And we're obviously going to give you some personal anecdotes as well, because Laura and I are the type that are constantly feeling called to do more and better and bigger. And we are constantly taking risks before we even know what's going to happen. And it's a little bit easier for us because we're not we're not always super calculated.
No.
We just kind of do things spur of the moment. but at the same time, it does get scary. So we're just kind of going to take it back. We're going to talk about faith over fear, right? We hear that all the time, but it's important to remember. So if you are just in the need of a hype girl, or in this case, set of girls in your corner telling you you can do it, and just taking it back to basics, talking about faith and believing in yourself, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. If you own a home service business and you are struggling to juggle quotes, invoices, client reminders, communications across every single platform, the works, you need to stop what you're doing and listen to me right now. Jobber has been keeping my business running smooth for years. I swear by it, and I need to tell you all about it. From managing 11 technician schedules to invoicing to automated client reminders and so much more, Jobber makes my life easy. This CRM has allowed me to truly work on building my business while keeping everything organized instead of chasing down paperwork. And here's the best part. As an official Jobber brand partner, I know I am still freaking out over this myself. I have a code that is going to not only get you a 14-day free trial, but 20% off for 6 months. Just head on to go.getjobber.com/Holly. Again, that's go.getjobber.com/Holly to claim your savings. There are multiple plans to choose from that support a multitude of business sizes and budgets. So what are you waiting for? Get your business organized and get ready to scale with ease with Jobber. Again, that's go.getjobber.com/Holly. Do it today. You will not regret it. I promise. Okay, so before we talk about the good stuff, we have to address the not good stuff. And by that, I mean fear. And I I think that it's safe to say that we feel fear every day
Hmm.
about something. Like, it's rare that you are just fearless. And I feel like there is so many there are so many people out there who say, like, be fearless, be strong, be tough. But it's not that easy. And sometimes you have to, like, it's like swimming through it, like through, like, I imagine a bunch of coral, right? Like, you come out on the other side and you're fine, but like you gotta like get in those like weeds to like just get past it. It's not like, oh, I'm not afraid of this anymore. It's like, no, you gotta do it while you're scared shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. People
Right?
who say like they're not afraid, I'm like, that's a lie. You
You're
are afraid. You're just
lying.
doing it despite the
Yeah.
fear.
You're either lying or you're a robot, or you just don't realize that you are scared and you're just doing it despite the fact that you're scared. So let's talk about, especially specific to entrepreneurship, because that's, our jam. But there is the fear of failure, right? What if I do this? What if I invest in this and it doesn't work? I don't succeed in it. What if my business flops, right? There is fear of judgment. And this is a big one. I hear this a lot, even from seasoned business owners who have established their business and they're making revenue. The fear of judgment a lot comes from, I'm like nervous to share my face on social media. What if like my friends from high school judge me for promoting my business? What the fuck? No, first of all, I'm not going to go there. I get it though, but
I was going to say, I feel that sometimes. I'm like,
you
people are going to
do.
think I'm so annoying. All I do is share my businesses and this and that. But it's like we're projecting these things, but I don't look at people from high school and think like, oh wow, they're just sharing their kids all the time or they're sharing their recipe. Like I don't think like that. So I don't know why I assume other people think like that. And I'm sure there's haters that do.
Will be people. Yes,
Yes,
there
there
will
always
be.
is
But like
haters.
in this giant galaxy with billions of people on this earth, why do we care about what people think? But it is human nature
Hmm.
to have that fear of judgment. And I understand it too personally because I'm a very girly girl. If you follow me on social media, you know, like I use stickers in my planners and things that kind of feel juvenile to a degree. And so I'm like, are people judging me for like having an all pink apartment? And I'm like, I don't give a fucking fuck anymore. So I've really gotten past this. But it took a while. It took a while for me to get past it. But it's there and I validate. I completely validate because I have felt it and Laura feels it and we understand. There's also even like a fear of outgrowing old versions of yourself because as you continue to evolve through your life, you have to shed some parts of your old self and your old life. This might not even be just who you are, even though you will have to change as you grow as a leader, but you're going to have to drop friends. You're going to have to change your circles. You're going to have to say no a lot more than you ever did. So there is a fear there. It's almost like even like a fear of boundaries, right? That's something else. A
Mhm.
fear of even just setting them. Like it gets scary when suddenly you can't be as accessible as you were before you started your business. There is a fear of making the wrong decision. This is a huge one. And this is one that I do feel, especially as we continue to grow in our business,
Same.
because there is so much decision fatigue, excuse me, because you do have to make the best decisions for the company, for your people, for your employees, for your clients. Like you really have to think about protecting everybody involved.
Yeah, business owners, I forget what the statistic is. Business owners make so many, I mean, we all, as people on this planet, make a ton of decisions a day, but business owners make so many decisions. By the time my day is done, my boyfriend's like, what do you want to have for dinner? And I'm like, I don't know.
I say that all the time. I'm like, just
Can't
feed
make a
me something. I
decision.
don't want to freaking have to even think about it.
Yeah, that's why me and you are so easygoing with most things in our life because we're like, I don't care. Where you want to go? I
It's
don't
so funny. I'm
know.
such a control freak at work, but for example, like when we go on vacations, Ashley will be the one like making the entire itinerary and me and Laura just following like
Yeah,
puppies. Like we don't care because I'm like, I don't want to have to decide anything. Like I'm
no.
in vacation mode. I don't want to think about like, I do not want to use even one brain cell while I'm out here. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that is a thing. And now that you know some of the different kinds of fears and you probably like I'm not like introducing you to these fears, like this is like, oh, I felt that, or maybe, oh, I don't really feel that one as much, but you know they exist, right? But here's the thing, while I am the queen of panic, fear does not always come in the form of panic. Sometimes it
Mhm.
comes in the form of, and this is my specialty, procrastination.
Mhm. Yeah, it disguises itself. It comes in sometimes the guides of, oh, I can't start my business yet because I didn't pick out the perfect logo and I didn't pick out the color scheme. And I'm going to have to spend 3 weeks just choosing a color scheme because it needs to be perfect. No, that's you being scared
Hmm.
and thinking of every excuse in the book not to start.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah, it is. It's fear. Sometimes it's waiting until, which you kind of said, but waiting until the opportunity is perfect, right?
Mhm.
And that is not even the case with just starting the business, but even just making decisions within your business, or doing something that is going to change in your life or your business. Um, the opportunity may not seem perfect, or the timing may not feel perfect, or so you think. And your fear of that change or that decision is kind of holding you back. And your excuse is that, hey, like, this isn't perfect. I'm not ready. And even sometimes fear presents itself in the form of overthinking, which is kind of goes hand in hand with panic, because I think that when I overthink, my anxiety and cortisol levels definitely climb a bit. And so I I'm overthinking even more, and then all of a sudden I'm panicking, and then I'm scared, and that's just a vicious cycle. But it's honestly time to you need to know that. Like, I'm bringing this up because I want you
Mhm.
to know and understand that in some cases, maybe it is genuine. It's not perfect timing. It's not the time. But in a lot of cases, especially in business, it is fear.
Yeah, 100%. And you'll think of every excuse in the book to delay doing the hard thing because it's scary. And for me, a really good piece of advice that I could give you is I find that when I delay things I'm scared of, it becomes bigger, it compounds, it becomes scarier, bigger, seems like more of a big deal. Whereas if I just jump into something I'm scared of head first or feet first, I'm like, oh, that was so quick and easy. That was not scary at all. Why did I push that off for so long? Like, we procrastinate things that are not a big deal. We make them into a big deal. We start off with this little tiny snowball and then we're rolling it and we're like, doop, 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 and then it becomes huge.
You have a huge snowman in
Huge
front of you.
snowman. Yeah, that you didn't
Yeah.
want.
A really good example of this that I will never forget was a couple of years ago when our business moved away from Venmo transactions. And we were running our business a lot on Venmo.
Yeah.
And one of our coaches at the time, Beth Eldridge, said, "You need to just do it. Do it scared. Like, I know you're scared. That's why you're procrastinating on it." Because I was like, no, like, I haven't had the time to text all of that. It was all excuses. She was like, "You need to just do it." So I remember the next day I walked into the office and I was like, "I'm going to just do this." And I texted all of them. And guess what? It was completely fine. Nobody dropped because they were mad that we weren't taking Venmo anymore. And I remember I like emailed her, or maybe sent her a message on Facebook, whatever I did. And I was like, "I did it. I'm so proud of myself." And she was like, "You go, girl. I knew you could do it." So that's just a really good example of fear in the form of procrastination. So I wanted to share that with you guys. But let's talk about faith,
Oh,
because faith is truly the entrepreneurial superpower. And if you don't have faith, then you should not start a business. And I don't mean faith in God, which you know, like we are, um, fellow daughters of Christ. So we have a lot of faith in God and his timing and all of that. But there is more to it than that. And you need to have faith in yourself that you can do it. You can do hard things, right? How many times have we heard that saying, like, I can do hard things?
yeah.
You can, but you genuinely have to believe it. And even faith in your mission. This is a big one.
Yeah. Because if
This is
you don't
one.
believe in what you're doing, how are you going to get anybody else to buy into it?
Hmm.
If you don't have faith, how do you expect your customers, your employees,
Yeah,
anybody who you're working with to have faith?
totally. And even faith in, like, and we talked about this a little bit in the 5 seasons of entrepreneurship episode, right? But you're planting seeds, right?
Hmm.
Especially when you're in those stages of learning and implementation, right? Those
Yeah.
seasons, you're planting seeds, and you have to have faith that they'll grow even when you're not always watering them.
Yes, it's so true. And you're never going to know the outcome. So if you are operating from a place of fear, you're always going to be wondering, what if I fail? What if I fall on my face? But if you're operating still in that unknown, but you're operating based on faith, whether it be faith in a higher power, faith in God, faith in yourself, you're instead going to be saying, what if it works beyond my wildest imagination? What if I fail? Well, what if it doesn't? What if you don't? What if you're so successful that you have more work than you even know what to do with? That's what it sounds like when you're operating based on faith instead of fear.
I love
And
that.
that's a whole nother problem. That's a whole nother fear. Is, oh my gosh, what if I get so much business? I don't know what to do with it. That's another problem. That's still a problem. It's a great problem.
Then you go to all of our hiring episodes
Yes.
and learn how to delegate to your
Yes.
staff.
True.
But yeah, so it's and I could say like, oh, I'll give you so many examples, and I could, because a lot of what we do is faith based. And I truly believe in what we do, both with Tours and More and with the Hustle Haven. And I think even starting the Hustle Haven was a huge act of faith.
Oh yeah, we were not planning to do this. One day Holly was like, I think we should do this. And I was like, okay. I was like, I don't know. And then she did that thing where she was like, no, we should. And I was like, okay.
It didn't take a lot of convincing.
No, it did not as much convincing as it took to start the cleaning business, I will say. It took a little less because I had faith, because I knew what was possible, because I saw us do it with Chores and More. That's another really good thing to keep in mind. When you're afraid because you don't know if you're capable of something, look at past history. Look at the hard things you've already accomplished. Because if you're listening to this right now, I'm sure you've accomplished a lot of really hard shit in your life. So look back. If you are somebody that does have trouble operating in faith, and you're like, I'm very analytical, I need the proof, I need the facts, show me the facts and the receipts, look at the hard things you've done. We did an incredibly hard thing starting a cleaning business. So I said, okay, we were capable of that. We can probably be capable of this too.
Yeah. And even just things that you've been through in your life with your family or at home or with your spouse or with even your kids, like I think it's safe to say all of us go through hard shit. And so we operate in life through faith. And so I think that that is a really good point, to just look at all the shit you've done, all the cool stuff, so you can do this next thing, you can get through that. So I really, really love that.
Yes, and we can look to the past evidence. We can think about all the hard shit that we've done, and that will help. But part of it really comes down to just the fact that you have to believe before the evidence exists, right? Because we don't know. And there is a good chance that along the way, you're going to fail. Like it's not a good chance. It's definite. You're going to fail in some ways. You're not going to, it's the truth. I'm hitting you with the hard facts. You're not going to open up a business and everything's going to go perfect. You're going to close every sale. Every employee you hire is going to be a perfect fit. That's just not realistic. But you have to believe without having the evidence that you are going to fail and that you will be okay. You will make it out the other side just fine. And honestly, I say welcome the failure, because we've said it time and time again. That is how I have learned the hardest lessons I have in business, from failing and falling on my freaking face.
Yeah. And I think that a really cool thing to tie into this, and this may feel very woo woo, but I'm going to say it anyway, is having a vision. Right? And I dare you, as our dear listener, to really like close your eyes and envision it and feel it. Like think about, for us, like the amount of times I envisioned our office before we signed this lease. It was just, it was even on the vision board. I had a pink office and now I have a pink office. Like it's crazy. And I don't mean just like saying like, I'm going to have an office one day. I mean, closing your eyes and thinking like, what does the office look like? What do the walls in your office feel like? What color are the walls? What color is the carpet? What does the front door say? Like really just going deep on that vision. And we've spoken about this briefly in the Miracle Morning, like the Miracle Morning episode that we spoke about, and just being able to really see it. And that helps you believe it. Like, it's not just, I say it's woo woo. It's not. This is backed by literal science. It's backed by literally like your brain saying, oh shit, this is what is going to happen. And then your brain starts to literally rewire itself to make decisions to get you towards that vision.
Yeah, it's
Like
true.
it's not even just, it's not just a thing. Like this is actually like science, like human biology, which I just find so cool and I love it. And so with that being said, I really do challenge you to see things like the team you've built before even making your first hire, and seeing, like, feeling the impact that you're going to have on your communities through the brand that you're working so hard to create. Things like that. And so envision that.
Yeah. Envision the impact that you're going to make before you even make it too.
Yeah.
Cause I think when you take it and you externalize it and you're not thinking so inward of what am I getting from it, and you can think what impact, how am I going to affect others? How is my business going to affect others, or whatever I'm doing? That also really helps you be motivated to do the scary thing, because it gives it stakes. It's like, oh, wow, if I don't do this scary thing, other people are not going to experience the joy of having a judgment free cleaning company.
Yeah.
Like, really,
Mm-hmm.
really, if we don't open up Hustle Haven, people that we could potentially help are not going to have this free knowledge
Yeah.
done in such a delightful, fun, funny way, you know?
A wonderful, perfect, flawless
Yes,
podcast.
exactly. Exactly. So let's recap a little bit, give you some tangible steps to take. Because, this is all great and wonderful, but you might be sitting there like, okay, but how do I get past the fear? It's a lot harder.
Yeah.
A lot easier said than done. So, some tangible tactical tips that you can use. So, I want you to move with imperfect confidence. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that you don't need things to be perfect, and you don't need to even be certain of your decisions to take action. Again, don't wait till it's perfect. Girl, she knows I'm talking to her. She's like, but you've gotten a lot better at this, I will say.
No, yeah, I'm very all over the place. My quick start makes me do things way before I'm ready, but then sometimes I'm like, it needs to be perfect.
I know.
I'm very all over the place.
You're a one big oxymoron.
I am. I am a walking oxymoron. It's really hard to be me. It's
So
really,
hard.
really difficult. People don't even realize like the struggles I go through.
You are amazing. You're my idol. But yes, we always say it. Done is better than perfect. Be confident in it, even if you don't know if it's right. Just be confident in your decision and stand strong with that. The next thing is to borrow belief from your mission.
I love this one.
Right? It's so good, because I will say one thing that I am certain of is our mission. We love to help people with both of our businesses. That is what drives us, is the desire to help people and solve their problems. So even if I'm uncertain of myself and am I capable enough? It doesn't matter, because I know for damn sure that my mission is capable enough to sustain me past the fear. And I kind of already said this, but the last thing is to keep evidence of past wins. Again, what have you done that was really hard that you're really proud of that you didn't think you can do? Write them down. Like, really sit and think about this. What have you done that was really, really hard that you got through, that you don't even know how you made it out? Because you're proving to yourself that you are damn capable, whether or not you're afraid.
I love it.
Mic drop.
Period.
Bam.
Point blank, period. And I think that what's super important is to always protect your mindset throughout all of this. And I don't know how many times you have to freaking say it. Like, if you're not doing it right now, what are you doing? You need to practice self-care. Yes, you do.
Yes.
It's kind of great. But things like, and just to take it a little bit further, prayer, right? Praying to your higher power, praying to God. It's so powerful. It's so good for your soul and your mind. Journaling, you guys know I love this. I love just writing my feelings out, venting in my journal. You don't have to go to Facebook the way I used to do. You can take it to the journal. You can write your gratitude in there. You can write your daily wins in there. You can even write down the fears in there so that you can acknowledge them and face them head on. Affirmations, morning affirmations, or honestly, any time of day affirmations. I say morning because I know that's part of the miracle morning routine. But affirmations, and speaking of morning routines, but even just having a good morning routine, that is going to help you protect your mindset. Having a supportive community, surrounding yourself by the people who believe in you too. Because if you're dealing with like friends who are not supportive, who are not giving a crap about what you're doing, or who are telling you you can't do it or shouldn't do it, or are questioning why you're doing it, I hate to tell you guys this, and I'm going to give you some serious tough love, but those are not your friends. Those are not people who care about you. And it's time to drop them like an anvil off a building. So it was very,
Yeah,
very
I was thinking like a sack of potatoes, but I like the anvil. Yeah,
anvil off a
off the
building.
building.
So I think that it's just really important to really be I can't think of the word, like
Intentional.
yes, and be attentive to who you're talking to and what they're saying to you. Don't just brush it off. Like, take this shit seriously. And I already said this, but the last thing is just visualizing. Like, just make sure you have a vision, whether that means you take on a vivid vision, which we could definitely do an episode on that, or just doing like some morning visualizing. Still do it. And I mean really get into it, like tap into that mental like vision, because it's gonna your mind is gonna be like, whoa, okay, that's crazy. I did not even think about this in this way. But sometimes when you let your brain like fly free, you can learn really cool things about what you want in life.
Yeah.
So
100%.
So just remember that you don't have to scale the entire staircase in a day.
No, you do not.
You just got to take it one step at a time.
There's no need to rush.
It's like learning to fly. Okay, I'm sorry. What's wrong with me?
I don't know, but
I can get serious. No, I am serious.
That's not the
I'm
brand.
serious.
We're serious. We're so serious.
We have to sing in the middle of it. You know what I mean?
We're so serious all the time. But no, it is true. Take it one step at a time. You look at that staircase, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not Rocky Balboa. I can't climb that shit. But if you take one step on the Stairmaster,
that's it.
You're good.
That's it. One step at a time.
Period.
So let's get serious for a second.
Okay.
Because we've given you a lot today. And I think that the whole point of this episode is to just understand that you may not be able to see the full picture yet, but that is not to say that the picture isn't unfolding. And I want you to walk away today thinking like, I can do hard things. I can do them even when I'm scared. And you have to really believe in yourself and in the universe and in your higher power, and just really move in faith so that you can conquer fear. This does not mean that you are doing things with no fear. It means that you are moving through the fear to get to the other side. And once you do that, you're going to be like, oh, wow, this is some cool shit. So I just hope that when you listen to this, you're like, I'm feeling inspired AF. I'm feeling good, because I want to tell you that you can do it.
Yeah. And I'm sure that as you listen to this episode, a lot came up for you. And maybe one or two things, it doesn't have to be as big as starting a business or launching a new branch or whatever it is. But I'm sure you're thinking of one or two things that you want to do, but the fear is holding you back. I want to encourage you guys to take that leap of faith, work through the fear. As Holly said, don't push it aside. Walk through it like it's quicksand. Push through it, fight through it.
That's way better than my coral metaphor.
Oh, sorry.
I said we were swimming through coral earlier.
Coral's going to cut you up.
I know.
Oh, okay. I'm not as scary, but walk through a coral reef filled quicksand
is better.
Quicksand coral reef journey. Fight through that fear. And extra bonus points again, because I'm annoying and I want to hear from you, if you DM us and let us know what it is so that we can cheer you on and tell you to do it scared.
Yes, I love it.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope that this was helpful. We've been very tactical and tangible lately. So we wanted to do a little mindset episode, and I hope that you guys like these episodes. I know I love them. They're my favorite, to be honest.
I love it.
I love it. Well, I hope that this was helpful. Don't be afraid to do the hard thing, and don't hesitate to reach out to your besties so that we can cheer you on along the way.